Hello everyone, my name is Ubaidur Rahman. I am a third year student of Chandigarh University. I am a Flutter developer and this is my tutorial video for the role of Flutter developer at Sovex in IT International. So I am presenting this small presentation for Flutter app development. So let's walk through this presentation. So first we will go to the introduction part. We will learn what is Flutter, which how was it created, and what is the role of Flutter in mobile app development. Secondly, we will learn about Dart. Dart is the coding language which is used with Flutter. And next, we will learn why we will have to use Flutter. Then we will learn about the hybrid development methods, and we will learn about the platform that uses hybrid development methods. Then we will go to the most controversial data, which is React versus Flutter. Then we will see some data that which is more popular, React or Flutter. Then we will see the features of Flutter such as widgets. At last, we'll make a first Flutter app which is a to-do list app. So let's start the presentation. So what is Flutter? Flutter is a open source UI framework that was created by Google. It is used to create a UI for mobile app development. So because it is created by Google, so it is more resourceful and it is more reliable for the developers community. So let's move forward. So Flutter is integrated by Dart. Dart is also a coding language and it is also developed by Google. So with the help of Flutter and Dart, we can make any kind of application which can run on any type of platform, may it be iOS, Android, or web-based application. So why we have to use Flutter? We simply use Flutter because it is very fast. It has two basic functionalities, which is hot reload and hot restart. These two functionalities basically reduce our execution time. As we click on hot reload, it changes the UI more rapidly than any other platform or any other languages. Secondly, because it was created by Google, so it is very fast, as it is written here that it supports 120 FPS of graphics. So if we have to create any graphic redundant app, then we can use Flutter very easily. So why we will use hybrid platforms? Because it has only a single code base and we have to write only single code and we can run it on anywhere, may it be Android, iOS or web-based application. I will show you later in the IDE Android Studio. Okay. So secondly, it is very simple to build because Flutter is only created using Dart. So we have to only learn Dart, and Dart is more similar to C++ or C because it uses the object-oriented programming method, and we have to. So there are many hybrid mobile app development languages in the market, just like React, Ionic, and Xamarin, and also Flutter. So the most controversial data, why we have to use Flutter instead of React Native. So let's compare both of them. So Flutter was developed by Google in 2017 and React was developed by Facebook in 2015. So the programming language that is used by Flutter is Dart, which is very new, and the programming language that is used by React Native is JavaScript. JavaScript is very common these days because in India, I think everyone is using JavaScript to build their websites. So let's talk about the community support because Flutter is developed recently, so it has a small community as compared to React Native. React Native has large developer code base, and if we have any doubt in React Native, we can get a lot of resources of React Native as compared to Flutter. So this is the I have taken the data from Google, uh, which tells about the popularity of React Native versus Flutter. So we can see here that the red sign was indicated by Flutter and blue was React Native. In 2018, React Native was very much popular than Flutter, but recently when we talk about over 2021, then we see that Flutter is far more popular than React Native. So the popularity trend show that Flutter is far more superior than React Native. So let's talk about the features of Flutter. Flutter supports two designs. First is material design and the second is Cupertino design. Material design is commonly used by Android and Cupertino design design is commonly used by iOS. So we can see the difference in the UI here, that both the design have a separate UI, and both can be supported by uh, any other platforms just like iOS and Android. So what is a widget in Flutter? Everything which can be seen on a screen is known as widget. May it be a text, may it be a spacebar, sized box, full screen, or scaffold, or container. I think that you all are not familiar with these widgets. So let's learn one by one. We can learn about these widgets with the help of a small application. Let's make the application which is known as To-Do application. So first learn how to install Flutter. So to install Flutter, we have to go to the official website of Flutter, which is flutter.dev. So when we go to the website, flutter.dev, then here is the installation. We can install Flutter from here. See Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. Okay, when we install, because I have installed Flutter, so I don't need to install it. If we need to install Dart, then we simply go to the website of Dart, and here we can install Dart programming language. Okay, see, get Dart, we can install it for the Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. Simple. So how to check if we have installed Flutter or Dart? We just go to the command prompt and type Flutter version. So it will show the version of Flutter. Just wait for a second. So let's see here, a new version is available. Okay, because it was developed by Google, so every day the version is changing. But see here, the Flutter version is 3.7.3. Okay, and if we see, type Flutter Doctor, then we get to know all the features of Flutter that is available in your desktop. So here we can see everything: Flutter channel, Windows version or Chrome version, Visual Studio version, everything. So these are the common prompts that are used in Flutter.
So in this project we will create a simple to-do list application. This is the basic UI of the application. It consists of four features. First, we can add a new task, we can search for a task, we can mark a task as completed, and we can delete a task. Let's see how it happens. So to add a new task, we will simply add it like this study and simply add it. Okay, we can simply add any type of task. Okay, and if we completed any task, we simply click on here and the task will be marked as completed, and we can also delete a task. Okay, and we simply add some new task. Wait a second. Okay, running movie, and we can simply search any task by simple search option here. Okay, so this is the basic project. Let's see how to make the project. So let's get started.
So to make a Flutter app, we have to install Android Studio. I have already installed Android Studio, so let's open it. So this is Android Studio, and we are opening it. So this is the basic UI of Android Studio. So to create a new project, new Flutter project, we have to go to the three dots, we go to the file, and we go to new Flutter project. So here we can see that we can make many type of projects just like Android, Flutter, or Dart. So we choose Flutter and we go to the next. Then we have to provide a name for the project. Then we name it as Todo application. Okay. So here we can provide any type of description, just like a new Flutter project, and this is the project location. And the Android language that is used for the project is Kotlin, and the iOS language which is used for the project is Swift. And the platform that are supported by these languages are Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, Web, and Windows. I think everything is covered by a single code base with the help of Flutter. So this is the advantage of Flutter. So let's create a project. So we click on this window. We will make project on this window only. So yeah, this is a new file that is opened on Android Studio. We will cut these all warnings, and then we go to the project section. Here we can see all the files that are located for the project section. In the lib file, we have to write all the code. Here we can see that main.dart file, and there is the basic code that is provided by the Android Studio team for the Flutter. So this is the basic code. And if we walk through all the files, then we can see here Android, Web, Linux, Mac OS. This means that with single code base, we can run the program at any of the platforms, just like Android, Linux, macOS, or web application. So let's start the coding. So this is the simple README file. We close it. This is the main file. So we don't need all these things. Let's cut everything which is written prior and write a fresh code from here. So we cut all these comments. Okay. So here is showing error that because no home page class is found. So we just create a new home page class. Here we right click new and dart file. So we simply write home page dot dart. Okay. So a new class is created. So there are two basic classes in Flutter, stateful and stateless. So stateful classes is that class where we can perform any activity and the screen or the activity changes. And in stateless class, there is a constant screen or a constant UI. So if you want to build a constant UI, then we need stateless class. And if we want to use a dynamic UI, then we need stateful class. Basic, okay. So how to create an stateless class? Let's create an stateless class. So to create an stateless class, we simply type STL. This is the shortcut, and see there is a prompt stateless. Okay. So we simply press enter and we create a file name as homepage. Okay. What is this placeholder const override? We will understand all of this shortly. So the most basic widget which is used in Flutter is known as scaffold. Scaffold means all the single screen, the UI of the app. Bit of time because I'm opening it for the first time, so it is taking some time. See, it is opened. Okay. Now we will click that run button on the top corner. So our program executed successfully, and we see that there is a white blank screen. So this blank screen is known as scaffold. Okay. So this is the parent widget of every widget. If we have to do any activity on our app, we have to do over scaffold. Okay, understood? Now, there is a small banner of debug. Many programmers don't like it. So many of them prefer to remove it. To remove it, we just have to click the debug show check banner as false. Okay. So there are two main buttons, hot reload and hot restart, which makes Flutter very advantageous over other programs because these reduce the time of executing the program. See, as I click to hot reload, the thing changed automatically. Okay. So every UI changes that you do in the program automatically changes with a. So here we can see at the, from so here we can see the UI of the app. There is an app bar which has three items. First is the icon, which is menu icon. Second is a title, and third is an image. So to add all these things, let's start. How to add all these things in the app? So the first problem arises how to add an image in Flutter. So to add an image in a Flutter, we have to follow a simple steps. First, we have to create a new directory. Okay, uh, the directory name is assets. See, the directory is created. Okay, then we have to create a new directory which is images. In case we have to add some fonts or some audio. So to differ it from images, we have to create an directory which is known as images. Okay. Now I have copied an image, so we directly paste in the im images folder .png. Okay, image.png. It is nice. So we see here that image.png is arrived. Okay, this image is arrived at here. Now, how to add this image in our program? We have to go at pubspec.yaml file. Here we can see that we have assets code. We just need to uncomment it. Okay. Uh, we just have to provide the path. We have created assets. Then we have created images slash. Okay. Let's check the spelling once again. assets and images. Okay, nice. Then we click on pub.get. See, it resolved everything successfully. Now we'll add the dependencies in the program and everything executed successfully. Okay. So our image is added in the program successfully. Now we'll add the image in the code. So first we will provide the app bar. App bar has a class known as app bar. Here we provide some of the things which is background color. Background color is gray. Let the tone be 500. Okay. So first let's check the. So here we can see that there is an app bar whose color is gray, but the color is more dark, so we will reduce it to 300. So yeah, now it's nice. Okay. Uh, Now we will provide a title to it, and title, as we see that there are three things in the title. First is icon, second is title, a text or a string, and third is an image. So to add all these things, just we have to create a row, and in the row we have to provide everything as children. So the first thing is icon, and icon is icons dot menu. Okay. So sorry, menu. Yeah. Okay. The second thing is a text, and the text name is to do application. Oh, sorry, application. Okay. This is nice. And the third thing is the image. So for the image, we will use the clip rect. So first we'll have everything in container, and in container we'll provide a child which is whose name is clip rect, and the clip rect will provide a child which is asset.image, image.asset, and we'll provide a path which is assets, assets slash images slash image dot png. Uh, let's check the spelling once again. Image.png. Okay, it's nice. So we'll hot reload it, and we see that the image is got rendered overflow. This is because we didn't provide the size of the container. See, the main difference between the scaffold and container is that the scaffold is white in color, container original color is black, and container don't have any height or size. So we have to provide an height and width for the container. So we'll provide it as 30 by 30. No problem. So here we can see that we got the image. Okay. Now, with the help of decoration, we can do box decoration, and we can do the border radius as circular. Sorry, border radius is circular. We provide a circle, a radius of 15 pixels. So it will become around, wait a second. So to provide the circular shape, we will provide here border radius, which is circular, and the radius will be 15. Uh, okay, we see that the image got a circular in size, but everything is congested and everything is white in color. So to reduce this, overcome with this situation, we go to the style, text the style, and we provide the color of the text as black. Black. Okay. And the menu color will also be black. Okay. And for the row, see everything is now black in color. And to separate everything, we have to uh, do alignment, which is main axis alignment, space bit. Now it's okay. Okay. Now you see everything is segregated around. So we successfully created the app bar. Okay. Now let's move to the body section. Body, we have that search icon. There is a text. There is all the tasks, and at the last there is an icon which created. which is used to add a new task. So let's start. So this is the app bar. We close it, and now we go to the body section. In the body, everything is situated in columns. So we'll simply create a column. See, in the column there are childrens. Okay. In the row also there are childrens. In the columns also there are children. See, now in the column, first thing is search icon. So we will provide a container. Container height will be some around 60, and container width will be some around 350. Okay. We'll do some decoration on the container. Decoration will be box decoration, and there will be a border radius. Border radius will be circular. So the radius will be some around 10, and then we'll provide a simple border of a color black and the width of 0.5. Okay. So we'll simple do border dot all, and the color will be black, uh, black, and the width will be, let's make it as 1. So here you can see that there is a small box which has a border and a circular radius, but it's very congested. So we'll provide a padding to the container. Uh, okay, and we'll provide, let's provide 20 padding. So yeah, it is moved somewhat to the center. Okay, no problem. We'll increase the width to 360 to make it more convenient. Okay, it is looking nice for now. We'll provide a child which is will should be text field. Okay, and text field has some decoration, input decoration, and it has a border which is none. Input border dot none. Okay, we see that here are three icons. In the first is a trailing icon, sorry, suffix icon, and there is an hint text. So we'll add all these things. First of the icon is suffix icon. Suffix icon will have icon search. Okay, and we will have a hint text search. Let's see what is happening here. Okay, so sorry, I have done suffix icon. It will be a prefix icon. I'm very sorry about this prefix icon. See, it is looking somewhat nice. Let's reduce the height to 50. Okay, so we have successfully made our search bar. It is looking nice. Uh, because we are working on object-oriented programming type, so we will segregate every functions uh, with other code. Okay, so that it will look nice and clean. So we'll remove the padding from here, and we'll create a separate function for the padding. To create a separate function for the padding, we will simply create a function for widget, and widget will write search box. Okay, in the search box, we'll simply return that padding. Okay, uh, and we'll provide this search box here. So it is looking nice and clean, and no changes in the code. Okay, now everything is good. Now move to the next section, which is your tasks. It is a simple text. So we'll simply add it here, text as your tasks. Okay, nice and clean. Simply hot is reloaded, and there is your task. So we'll provide some style to it, just like font size or font weight. So to provide some style to it, we'll have to provide the text style class. And here it has font size. Font size will be some around 30, and font weight will be some around 500. So it will look nice and clean from now. Okay, it is looking clean. So we created a search box. Let's comment it. Search box. We created a text. Now we have to create all the containers which have these tasks. Okay. So create all these things. Let's move to the next section, which is tasks. Okay. So if we do everything in the same code here, so it will look more bulky and more congested. So we will create a new class for the tasks, and here we'll write the new file, which is to-do list. Okay, to-do list. And we'll create a stateless class, which is to-do list. Okay, and we'll simply pass a container over here. Sorry, container. No problem. The error is gone, and simply we'll write everything is in list view. So this view has a children will provide a to-do list here. Okay, we'll import the library. So here in the to-do list, what we can see, we see that there is a container which has some radius, some color, and there are three icons. First icon is that checkbox icon. Second, there is a text, and third, there is an icon of delete. So to create these all things, we will have to write a certain type of code, which is decoration, box decoration. Border radius will be some around 30. Border radius dot circular. Not 30, it will be around 20. And the color will be some around gray. Gray 300 will be nice. Uh, let's provide a child. Child will be a list child. Why we are providing list child? Because it has on tap function. We'll learn on tap what is on tap later. First, but we just know that we use list style because it has on tap function. Okay, so it has a prefix. This child has some of the icons, which is title. In the title, we will write, for example, task one. Okay, it is showing error because it is not wrapped up in text class. So let's wrap up it in text class. Nice. We'll provide a leading icon, which is icons dot sorry checkbox icon. Yeah, checkbox, and the color will be blue, and we'll provide a trailing icon, which is icon, and it is a delete icon. Okay, and the color will be red. Okay, now let's restart it. Okay, so it has shown some error. So to resolve from this error, what we have to do, we have to go to the list view, and we will wrap it around expanded widget. So wrap it around widget expanded. So this will remove the error. Okay, yes. The error is removed, and we got a task bar here, but it is not looking that clean because it doesn't have any margin. So let's give a margin of something. So margin, it insets all from the all we will give the margin of 10, and let's see what it is looking like. So it is not looking that good. We'll give it of 15. Okay, now it's looking nice and clean. Uh, we'll also do copy with bottom as 5 because if we do 15 everywhere, then it will be very congested for many of the tasks. Okay, so here we have to, the main advantage of writing the code separately is that if we have to add a new task, we don't have to write the code separately here. We just have to copy this class name and we will write it separately here. So we see that all the task is been added here successfully. Let's see if it is scrollable or not. So we will add more tasks over here. Uh, More and let's see, yeah. So see, it is scrollable very nicely and our app is working perfectly till now. So let's cut it everything because we have to provide dynamic tasks. See, all the tasks will not be task one. So we'll provide dynamic task over here. So let's cut everything. I think my laptop is lagging somewhat. Okay. So to provide a dynamic task over here, we will have to create a new class whose name will be to. Let's create a new class to where we provide everything. Okay. See what is there. We have a checkbox. We have a string which name is task, and we have a icon whose name is delete. So to delete a task, we'll delete it by a string. So we'll provide a string. See what is this operator? This question mark. It is a future operator that it will be initialized in the future. So it is the advantage of that that we can use an icon of question mark and it will be initialized in the future and it will not show any error. Any error because if we remove it, it will show the error. So we just add it. Now the next thing is string task, and the next thing is bool because it shows that the task is done or not. So is done. Okay. So these are the basic things for the task. And let's create a constructor. Constructor name will be to, and we will specify everything required. This dot id required. This dot task. This dot is done. I have not marked this as required. This is because we will mark it here only as false. We will add a semicolon here and the error is resolved. Now simply we will make a static list whose return type will be task to do only and the name will be to do list and it will return a simply list. Okay. So here in the list, what we'll provide? We'll provide a to do which has an ID name. Let's it be one. Let's provide a task name study, and let's provide is done. Is done may be true because I study a lot. Okay, so I can copy everything from here and we can write it. Here. We'll mention everything 2, 3, 4 study, movie, sleep, learning, and one more task. Social media. I use it a lot. Okay, it will be always true. I don't run because so let's make it as false. I sleep a lot, make it as true. I don't watch movies, make it as false. Okay, so these are all are the tasks which can be presented over here. So to make it dynamic, we'll add these tasks to our home page. Okay, so how to add it? We'll simply create a new object. How to create an object? Simply we'll write to do uh, uh, is to equal to dot to. So here we have created the to-do list object. So to add a to-do list object, we'll simply run a for loop for to-do I in to-do list. we will simply paste the to-do list over here. And in this class, we'll simply create an reference of to-do. Okay. And because there is constant, we remove this constant. Not nullable to so it's this no problem. Now, to make the text dynamic, we will make to do dot task over here, and this will be not nullable. Okay, there is a problem over here, so it's nice. And then to make the icons as three, we will what do? We will write a condition for the icons. Okay, uh, we'll cut this to do dot is done. If it is done, then we'll make as checkbox. So icons dot. So here we see that we have created an object of to do. So if we have to make it dynamic, the task to be dynamic, we will make to do dot task. And to make the icons as dynamic, we will simply cut this and write to do dot is done. If the task is done, then we will make it as checkbox. So check checkbox. And if it is not done, then we will simply make icons dot checkbox online outline. Okay. Uh, the label expression. So we'll write the label expression over here, and simply the program is done. We see here it is hot reloading because yeah. See, everything is done. The task which is said to be true, it is true, and the task which is said to be false is false. But still, we cannot make any changes in the task. Okay. So how to make these type of changes? Let's learn about the backend of the task. Uh, before it, uh, before this, first we will learn how to make this a new task. This bar. Okay. So to make it, uh, there is one problem. Let me describe about the problem. If we increase the task from 5 to, let's see, let's make it 10 or 15 and run it so that there will be the UIs overlaying all over here and the bar will be above these tasks. Okay. So to make it happen, we will simply use a data structure which is known as stack. See, stack follows last in first out. In the Flutter, we use a stack just to create the UI one over other. Okay, so let's wrap up the column with stack. Widget name as stack. Okay, stack don't have child, so there is a problem. Wait a second. We just collapse the column, and we will cut it. We'll write stack over here. We give everything over children. Okay, so the error will be gone most probably. Yeah, error is gone. So to make a new taskbar over here, new taskbar over here, we will simply use the widget align. Okay, and the alignment will be bottom center. Okay, here we'll simply make a container. Wait, there is one child. The child will use container. Container's height will be around 50, and the width will be around 350. Okay, and there will be some decoration, just like box decoration. Box decoration will be having some border radius dot circular. and the radius will be around 15. Okay, there will be some colors will be maybe gray 300. Okay, so it will be looking somewhat nice. Let's see what it's looking like. Okay, see there is a bar over here, but it does not have any padding. So we'll simply provide a padding over here. How to provide it? It's we have learned it already. There will be 18 number of padding. So it is moved somewhat up and it's looking nice. Uh, to add a text field over here, just create a child of the container and create a text field. In the text field, we will have major things just like decoration, input decoration, and input decoration will have border as none, and we'll have a prefix icon. Now here we have the suffix icon. We don't have the prefix icon. Easy. Here we have the suffix icon. So we'll add a suffix icon over here, and it will be icon and add circle, and the color will be green. Okay, and we'll have hint text over here. Wait a second, I put a comma over here, and hint text will be add a new task. Okay, so most probably it will make a nice icon over here. Yes, icon is add rounded. Yeah, add circle. Okay, so here we see that we don't have any type of padding. So in the container, we provide a padding to all 10, and it will look nice. So we've almost created the UI of our application. We can add a new task over here. We can search over here, and we have to do anything we want. We will add, we'll delete all these things. Okay. It is looking somewhat nice. I think the padding is not that good. We will copy with the top, and top will be somewhat 15. It will look nice. Here, if we add more tasks as we have done the experiment previously, let's add some more tasks. So to see that if there is any pixel enlargement over here. So yeah, we see that a new task is overlaying everything and all the tasks are shown nice and clear in a proper manner. Okay, so we have made the UI very easily. I think you have understood everything. Now let's make the functionalities of the app work properly. Just like we click over here and the task will be changed. We click over here, the task should be deleted, and we can add a new task or we can search a task. So there are basically four types of activities. First, to uh, mark the task as done or undone. Secondly, there we can delete a task. Third, we can add a new task, and fourth, we can search a task. Okay. So let's make everything one by one. First, to mark the task as done or undone. So as we move to the functionalities of the app, first we'll talk about the functionality of changing the to do. So we'll simply create a function, change to do, and we will pass an object of to do as to do, and we'll simply write a condition if to do dot is done. If the task is done, is true, then mark it as false. Then to do dot is done equal to false, and simply reverse it. Else to do dot is done is equal to true. Okay. Uh, we'll simply, as we have done the writing the function, we'll simply wrap it around the set state function, because the set state does what? It updates the activity uh, regardlessly of the time. So we will simply add it on the set state function. So it is not. Let's restart the app and let's see what happening. See, if we click on the app, nothing changes. Okay. So how to do this? These all things. Just we will add a new object over here. Just like final to do change. Okay, and we will add this as required over here. And see, now the on tap function comes into action. Whenever we click on this list tile, the to do changes. Okay, so simply we will say it as to do dot what was the function name, to do change, to do sorry, to do change. Okay, we'll simply call it to do change. And here in the home page, where was the error? Wait a second. Yeah, we'll simply add this to do change to this function name was change to do. Okay. If we run the program from here, I think the program should work correctly. Okay. Uh, if we click on here, then we see that the checkbox is changing. There is no problem over here. Okay. And we can able to change the to do. Now we'll delete the to do. And to delete the to do, we will simply have to write one more function, just like to change the to do we have written this function, we have to also write a function to delete the to do. So let's write a function. So here I've written the code for handling the to do change. Uh, it's simply if to do dot is done is true, then it will convert into false, and it is in false, then it will convert in true. And I have written the delete to do code. Here we are simply providing an ID to the string, and we will simply remove the element where the ID will be equal to the ID. Okay. And now we have done to add a to-do item. To add a to-do item, we simply provided a task which name is string, and we simply provide a unique ID from the class datetime.now. Okay, and the task will be of the type string. So if we click on the plus icon over here, then we simply add the task. And to search, we simply created a function of searching. And here, if we here how we can uh, and to search the item, we simply return this function, and this function does a very crucial thing, that is, if the entire keyword is empty, then we don't have to search anything, and if it is not empty, then we simply use the where keyword, and where the item is equal to the task, then it will convert into the lowercase, and the set state will be found to do. Okay, so now let's run the code and see if the code is working or not. So we can see that the task is done or undone, and we can also delete a task, and we can add a new task over here. So to add a new task, let define it as def and add a new task. So yeah, see, we can add a new task also. And to search a task, we can simply search the task over here. See, we are able to search the task, we are able to delete a task, and we are able to search, add a new task. Okay. So this was the project from my side. Now let's move to the PPT. Yeah. See, we have made a simple project according to the UI over here. So that's all from my side. Thank you.